Hey guys, Everett Dutcham 138 here. Just want to do another quick update. I've been working on the track for the past couple days, and it's not completed as of yet. It's still a work in progress, but I'm going to show a little preview of it at the end of this video. I want to talk about something for a little bit though. As you know, my producer Andrew Ravindran and myself have formed our film production company, Independent World Pictures. And a lot of people that are fans of my music or I guess know me, I think they kind of expected, because they always ask me, oh, are you going to do soundtracks for your movies? I said, yeah, probably. And I think they kind of expected more of like a John Carpenter type score, or it's going to be like very 80s inspired or something like that, maybe like a Goblin type score. But that's actually not the case. Contrary to popular belief, and I know it shocks people when they hear this, but I love John Carpenter's movies. I think he's fantastic, but I really had to think about this, and I don't think any of his films are even in my top 15 films that I love. The films that I love totally are those 1950s monster movies. Films like Hideous Sun Demon, or trying to think, The Astounding She-Monster, or Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, or films like that. And those are the type of films that I want to make. I don't really want to do, I mean, I like slasher films and all that stuff, but I just think it's, so many people are doing them now, and usually the films that are kind of trying to do those black and white monster movie knockoffs, they're more doing it as a parody, and I'm trying to avoid that. So what our goal is, or what kind of the main driving force is, we're going to try and make these 1950s monster movies exactly like how they were made in the 50s. So we're actually shooting with my original Mitchell BNC camera that I bought, and that's a story I'm going to tell in another video. But it's in perfect working order, and we're going to be shooting on sets, on black and white 35mm film, and everything's going to be of that era. Now, we're not going to do it as a parody. We're actually going to play it straight, and kind of the question, it's almost like an experimentation, where we're going to see if we can get people to actually be afraid when they're like, right away when they see the film, they're going to be like, oh, it's just a black and white monster movie, this isn't scary. But then at the end of the film, they're actually disturbed by it, and they're actually scared by something. We're going to see if we can pull that off, and I think we can. We just have to be very clever on how we do it. But anyway, as in regards to those soundtracks for those movies, not a lot of them used electronic elements. I mean, there were things like Forbidden Planet and stuff with Louis and B.B. Barron, who were doing more like kind of synthesizer or oscillator kind of bleeps and bloops, and running them through ring modulators and tape echoes and everything like that. But more often than not, those scores were more orchestral driven, or they were more like kind of almost big band jazz type driven. And those type of scores, I think, would fit the films that we want to do a lot better than kind of doing like a John Carpenter minimalistic synth score. I mean, it would be kind of interesting to watch like a black and white monster movie with like a John Carpenter score, but I think I really want to try and keep it in that era. So, and those scores are a lot different than what I'm used to. More recently, I've been doing more synthscapes and kind of soundscape type stuff, and that's a lot easier to do, where I can just, hit the hold button on the Prophet X, or press play on the Tempest or whatever, and just have everything go off the floor all at once and not really do a lot of overdubs. This does require a lot of multi-tracking, and I am not classically trained. I'm doing everything by ear. So I am trying to match the score and everything like that, and trying to figure out, okay, what type of chords they used. And a lot of it's more rooted in jazz, especially in the 50s, because I think obviously there was a lot of big band stuff going on around then. And I figured, well, I've been doing a lot of covers of things like, John Carpenter's The Fog and whatnot, and I did a couple other covers as well. But I wanted to see if I could pull off a cover of one of my absolute favorite composers of all time, and see if I could match his style. And if I could match his style and figure out how he did everything with one of my favorite scores of all time, then I can kind of learn how to write this style of music for these films. And I chose to do a cover of Ronald Stein's score for Dementia 13. Amazing score, and an incredible composer who's so underrated. I mean, he scored everything from like Spider Baby, Attack of the Crab Monsters, The Devil's Partner, Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, and his melodies are just so beautiful. I'm really surprised more people don't play them. Even his kind of jazz type scores for like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman are just remarkable. I'm surprised Jazz FM doesn't play them on the radio. That's how good they are. But I was just listening to his score for Phantom from 10,000 Leagues, and there's this absolutely gorgeous piano melody that I'm going to try and learn and try and kind of emulate for my own score, or try and get inspiration off of that for my own scores. But this score for Dementia 13, I mean, it took me a little bit to learn because it is pretty fast, and I had to learn, all the syncopated stuff with the harpsichord and everything like that. Now this track, it's just a preview. I haven't mixed it properly, I haven't mastered or anything like that, but I just want to kind of give you guys an update, because like I said, I do want to start putting up more content on this channel more frequently. I know I keep saying that, but I'm sticking to it this time. So I definitely recommend you guys check out Ronald Stein scores, and God, just what an amazing composer he was, and it's just so fun. His scores are just so fun. So this is my rendition of his score for the Roger Corman produced, Francis Ford Coppola directed Dementia 13.